We are back with Linguistic Lips. I am your host, Indian Girl Native. And before we get started with our men's panel for this week's episode, don't forget to apply for Date My Friend. Link below. Make sure you apply today. We want to start this sometime soon this year, 2025. Thank you so much. So what we're going to do, since we had the women on for the women's panel for the last episode, we're going to bring the men up. I'm going to allow them to be up here by themselves. I'm going to just be in the background facilitating. So I only think it's fair that we just have the guys on the panel by themselves. So we'll be right back with our men's panel. And as promised, we are back with Linguistic Lips with our men's panel. And in the center, we have
Patrick.
And to his left, we have
Kevin.
And to the far left, we have
Rocco.
And to the right, we have
David.
And to the far right, we have. And on today's panel, we're going to ask you the same questions we had on our women's panel. We just want to know your opinion about, again, Linguistic Lips is to bring the black man and the black woman back together and to start loving each other more. So we want you to discuss what you feel like women need to know about you in these areas. So I'm going to start it with Rock. Sex. What do you think a woman needs to know about sex when she's having sex with a man?
Well, it needs to know how to, turn the guy on, if that makes any sense. As far as, well, in my own opinion, foreplay and, the touching. I'm like that type of person with that. And,
Patrick?
She just need to know to keep it comfortable. Not don't ever be afraid to I don't want to say afraid. Don't stop initiating. Let me put it like that. Like, it's great, the man is always generally, especially in the beginning, going to be the aggressor. But sometimes it seems as if the woman can get comfortable in the situation and she will stop initiating. Well, we like sometimes for you to go ahead and make it happen too.
David?
Really, nothing. You can know nothing. I want to teach you everything I need you to know. Period. Because if you come in there showing me something that you learned from Buddy, it ain't gonna work. So I'm gonna show you everything that I need you to know, and everything. I'm gonna show you everything. Other than that, just don't bite, and we gonna work out.
No key.
Kevin?
that's funny.
I agree with what you said, David. Yeah, I'm working on that. I like to teach as well, and also I like for her to initiate as well. What you were saying. I say oral is a must for me. She should know that, a woman. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty much it.
What about you, Chris?
Well,
But hold on, let me say one more thing. Nothing. My bad. Okay.
All right, Kevin.
I don't want it to be like boring. I like for the spice things up, role playing, things like that. But yeah. So, yeah.
Chris?
Well, I think one of the best things that a woman can offer is herself. And if she does that, then she needs to go along for the ride. You know what I'm saying? If you pick somebody that you think that you are sexually attracted to, then you need to also understand that sex with him is going to be totally different, as one just said, different than the last person. And also, too, it may be similar in a lot of ways, but one thing is basic, is that it be consistent. We are programmed. We're supposed to go out there and work every day. Then guess what? It's sex every day, honey. Trust me. At the end of the day, you want to make a man feel good when he come home. I promise you, while he's working on any job, he's thinking about you. So if you do not understand that, you do not have a relationship with me. Sex every day, that's the expectation. Sex 3 times a day, that's over the top. Sex 5 times a day, that's too much. But is it though? I'm that dude. Yeah.
I think we got to recognize also, we probably have a couple of different generations sitting up here. So that comes into play. Had you asked me that 20 years ago, man, it's, I pretty much was like a sex addict.
You would have been Kevin.
Except the difference is I wouldn't have been the one to want to have to teach or mold or do anything like that. Like, we're gonna mold as we go along, but you better know something coming through that door already, how to please it with me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I've been with enough partners that it's actually pretty good to actually explore, and also either way, you know what I'm saying. Also, you as a man cancel that whole thought. Like, no matter what she know, or if she don't know nothing, anything at all, exploring a woman's body is always beautiful. You know what I mean? So whether she know a lot or she know a little or she don't know nothing, either way, exploring that body and exploring that mind is amazing.
Totally. And we're so much more physical, from jump. So, that also just plays a big part of it. But again, taking into account like the generational things, as you grow older, I believe that we become less physical. We're always going to be more physical generally compared to the woman. However, as we longitudinally, as we go forward in our life age-wise, we probably become a little more in tune with the emotional side than less so much with the physical side.
That is true with me, cause I'm 31, but I kind of like when I was 25, I was just like how you said. I'm still like that now. Like, I still hit every day, but then I look back and be like, let's just watch a movie. Yeah. And then like, oh, you get mad. I'm like, dang, I don't know if I ain't got the energy. I just kind of want you.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not like I can't do it. It's just
When I was younger, I'm 40. I'm 40.
I'm like, oh.
When I was younger, we started out doing that whole romantic thing. You know what I mean? Calling, playing music on the phone, leaving it on the voicemail, all that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of the opposite for us, because it's like we did that when we was younger. Now that we older, we kind of know what's going on. So it's like, I ain't got to try to sweet talk you.
Mhm.
I'm going to show you what's going on. You know what I mean?
I don't want to
Like,
do that much work no more.
I ain't,
But it's like
ain't no little
it
boy
is.
no
You know how I am, girl. Get over here. Type.
I'm 51, and so and vice versa. When I was his age, nah, you know what I mean? It's like, it could be every day. It could be.
I don't know, man.
Different.
I don't know. I'm 45 going on 46 in a couple months. I think to myself, obviously what a wonderful day. Every day I'm above the ground. You know what I mean? So if I get an opportunity, it's like, this is what we came here for. It's like one of the best things. Like, this is originally what God really planned for me to do. So I'm going to try to get it in every day I can, you know what I'm saying, and how I live. But with that being said, I want to put it in your mind, but that's not what I really truly expect. Obviously, like young man said, bro, we got things to do. I like to watch some TV right now. I'm focused on this movie right now. Girl, calm down. You know what I'm saying? That sort of deal. But at the end of the day, you can always pause that movie, get it in, and unpause that movie, go back. You know what I'm saying? Because if she needed, if you done programmed her mind to do it, you trying to program her mind to do it for you. But now she reaching for you, you might as well go ahead and do that. So yeah, I mean, the question still is like, yeah, sex is definitely needed. Otherwise, we just friends. So skip that. You know what I mean?
And it is obviously, a rule out, and I think that's, when you're, because I guess what we're talking about when you when you're first meeting someone and developing into a relationship, it can rule the relationship in or out. But then that goes both ways. I mean, because if you mess up and have a sorry, outing with her initially or something like that, she might not want you no more. So it's a two-way street. Early on, let's say.
I don't know. Sex probably could be a little different depending on the person you like too, though.
Sure.
Cause like with my baby mom, I ain't like everything she did, but I liked it because it was her though. Yeah. And I feel like she got the best. But then I could see another female and be like, she look good. I want her, but I don't cheat or nothing. But I know a girl think like that too.
Wow.
Oh, look at him. He a little tall or whatever, swole, whatever, but they still like they do. But the other dude may have better sex, but they still may just like they do sex just because of the feel.
I think it's probably more it's like what she feeling, you know what I'm saying? So you peep what she feeling before you even pull up on her, nah. If she feeling you for real like that, man, she ain't gonna let you go nowhere, do nothing, you know what I'm saying? So, if you spending so much time trying to pull that female, she finally give you the time of day. That's too much effort. If you sit up there, you walk up on her, she going like, dang, who is you? You know what I'm saying? Immediately, you know what I'm saying? You already got it locked in your mind. Like, you know, if she connect with you just on a visual and she want to interest herself in spending time with you, man, women are visual too. I don't care what they say. They're liars if they saying that they are not visual. They are visual. 6 foot, man, I want none dark skinned man, want light skinned man. Get out of here. You visual. Right. Instantly you're visual. Big feet, little hands. Oh, I see your penis print and all that junk. Man, get out of here. You're visual, girl. Shut up. We are too.
A woman know within 10, 15 minutes if she gonna lay down with you. Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's just like depends upon that vibe and how well it's going. And every two people, you know, are a different entity in itself. So one situation is always gonna be different. The chemistry, the everything is gonna be different. You might be super with this one and just okay with that.
Listen, females are just more mental. Males are more physical. Because females, we can paint them a whole picture and get in their head. And we all up through there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and again, that's why I always say, you know, I never. I mean, we was just talking about this out before we got in here. I never spend time with a woman unless I plan to stay there. You know what I'm saying? So, because you know good and well, if you spend good time with a woman never gonna want to leave you because if you're a good man, that's what they're looking for. Period. You're looking for a good woman, and you're looking for a good woman to never leave you. So it's like win-win. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you do have to spend that time and actually spend it, like you said, that mental game. Because guess what? Sex wise, man, trust me, I'm not just trying to get in your pants. I'm trying to get in your mind, heart, body, and soul. Absolutely. Because he said he was made in his image after his own likeness. And Jesus said, hey, look, I love you, God, with all your mind, heart, all your soul. Guess what? I want a woman to do the same thing in a way, but God first, then me next, though, baby. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
that's a good segue, Chris. So we can get into the love part now. I want you guys to discuss, you know, what does a woman need to know about loving a black man? And we're going to start with David.
That's a hard one. You know? The love is a little different. So really, she just need to just be understanding. As long as the female is understanding, you know, everything else will work itself out. You know. Yeah, you skip to the next part. I'll come back because that little deep that love.
Kevin, what do you think? Let's hear it from the 30-year-olds. Kevin, what a woman need to know about loving you as a black man? Have you been in love?
I have.
That love is
Well,
hard.
first off, a woman need to know how to love.
Fellas struggling with love.
Yeah, I know.
Struggling with love.
A woman need to know how to love. Yeah, that's number one. I don't know. I'm like David. Come back.
She need to love her. She need to know how to love herself.
Yeah, that too. That too. Now, yeah.
Learn how to love herself.
I'm gonna jump on what he said over here. So understanding. So with understanding comes patience. So you need time. I think the most important thing is, dealing with black love and a black man. You got to you got to be patient with us to grow to the place of love. I think, again, a woman to jump in, the emotions are already there. We alluded to earlier, we're more physical, of course you all are more emotional. So it is so much easier for you all to love because it's an emotional thing. It's not a physical thing. That's where we just got off with sex is more so the physical thing. Mm-hmm. So you just got to be patient and allow us to grow into that same place where we intersect with you emotionally, and then that starts to become love.
Rock.
That's how
I think I like what everybody said with the understanding and all that, and I feel like the understanding part is the best part because if you understand me and I understand you, I feel like you more locked in with that. Like right now, I be like messing with females, like a lot of female. I don't be want to do that though. I'd rather have one female, but I gotta tell my friends and all that. I be like, but she just ain't got the like I'm messing with you, would kick it, would do all that. Why you don't, why we ain't going on a date? I take you on a date, but it's like if I ain't got that feel that like you got me and I got you type of feel, then I can't vibe with you all the way. Like I need to like, not saying that like I be getting like locked up or something, but if I was to get locked up, I know I call you, you answer. I know I'm getting fuck up out here. Like if I can't, if I can't kind of if like
Depend on her.
I could depend, well not depend on her, but like yeah, depend on her in the yeah. And so like no, I know boom, because if you was in that situation, I would be like, no, I gotta get my girl out, or you got into an accident, oh I gotta be at the hospital, or however that shit goes. So it's the understanding. And then, you know, if you understand each other, it's a connection. I can't even come up with the
It's
word.
the action word.
It's a word.
It's an action.
But it's like, just show me what you feel and we on the same page, then you ain't gotta worry about shit.
Christopher.
I think, well, one, for me, everybody talking about understanding the songs playing. What I need from you is understanding. Somebody wrote that for them girls. Some dude probably wrote it for them and to do that. But also, I think it's vice versa. So I'm going to go ahead and go that way with that. But on that one, and we're going to end that because y'all said the best in the way that, that nobody else said. Understanding is that right there. That's cool. What I actually feel like love is like, that when I'm at my worst, you ready to, to say, nah, this ain't you. You know what I'm saying? Like, correct me if you love me. You know what I'm saying? Like, really check me. Nah. And if I'm getting up in your face and you think I'm about to be violent, like, nah, step back in my face. Like, no, this is not you, period. Love is when it's agape. It's how I look at love. I never even look at love through the lens of how I feel like love should be or what love is. Because I've sought love through, of course, sex and conversations and stuff like that, but never found it really. But through actual God, for real, I've always looked at love as He's the source. Everything good is from God. And it's a good gift to find. He defines a wife, finds a good thing. So that's really what we're seeking. We're seeking for that woman for a whole lifetime, period. I ain't gonna want nobody else, girl. Are you that one? And that you're looking for that one. So like I think honestly, black men or just men, period. Honestly, I'm mixed. So at the same time, I feel like my white counterparts are whatever. I know my colors, but whatever, you know what I'm saying? People on the other side of the coin of my color, German and black African American, whatever you want to call it. Every man is looking for their counterpart, their me, like Adam was. Adam sat there and he looked at the animals and was like, yo, there's a guy elephant and there's a girl elephant. Hey man, where my me at? God put him to sleep and then bow. He's like, wow, woman, whoa, woman, you know what I'm saying? And he again, more precious than rubies and everything. You want that person. And I think that what the young man was saying down there is like, yo, man, I'm just going to kind of not run through them. It's not what I caught you was saying. It was like, hey, man, I'm just going to see, experience, da. And sometimes you catch a connection, but, but sometimes you don't. But sometimes you catch just enough of a connection where it causes a spark, but it don't last long, in the relationship. And so, yeah, I think love is, love is something that just like, they stick. And I'm not talking about stalker stick. I'm talking about like the stick, like this got their head on their shoulders, like looking at you like, I love you. If she says she loved me first, I'm going like, wow, that's dope. I heard one person say one time, I just go after people that love me. And I'm not go after people, but they say you love me, so I'm going to follow them. I'm going to follow what you said, and I'm going to see how far it take me. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, when you deal with somebody like that on that level, you kind of go like, that's different than everybody else out here in this world. They're not looking for love. They're looking for a little jump off. They're looking for the money. They're looking for how long you can pay their bills. They're looking for if you can pay for their kids. They're looking like, man, if I did get a kid from my, can I get some money from them?
And none of that is love.
And that's not love.
And they're like, I don't even really want that. If it's gonna be like that and it's all about the money
And that's
nowadays,
biblical example.
I just be single.
Each animal, and of course we are in the animal kingdom. Each animal had to have an opposite to complete them. So you need someone for love to grow who adds to you to the point where it can make the situation more complete.
A female's like a plant. I mean, a female's like a plant. No disrespect, respect, but it's like they latch on to things that they feel like. If a guy giving them money and they enjoy his energy, they'll give him attention. So it's like a leaf. branching off right here, but they'll branch off to this too, because this guy makes them laugh.
Shines, right?
Yeah, not saying like they're a whore or anything.
No. That's
Just saying that's their natural, like a plant.
Well,
It's
that's
like
the tree of life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they are actually the tree of life as well, by the way.
That means something to them, or get them some type of comfort, or something that they enjoy about themselves, or whatever. However they look at it, they'll grab that. Maybe not saying that you may be their number one, but it's just something they comfortable with. This my friend. He pays, but
She wants someone who
but this
can
my
provide.
he
for
had
her.
that.
You just said what you just said now.
Who can
I got-
provide for her.
Everybody's scared of that word provider.
Security.
Yeah,
Yeah. Security. There it is again.
My older sister.
Different way.
I got a lot of homegirls,
Mm-hmm.
but I hear them talk.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the eater. He my eater. He my old head. But I don't never tell him. 'Cause I'm like, you know what? That's the shit. Hey, but you latching on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep this right
Well,
here.
you ask what you riding for.
Boom. Guys do that too, but a lot of guys don't have sugar mama.
I think those are low energy basic dudes that's just trying to learn. Like, you know, they seeding. They like little seedlings. They don't understand what takes to root in this ground. Like, you know, we talk about Mother Earth and stuff like that, whatever. But you look at Earth is a womb, period, right? And so we are the seeds. That's it for real. So you're talking about trees. You know, when Jesus healed that man with and he's I see men as trees, which roots what's below the ground is above the ground. So what you see on the ground, he stands tall, 6 foot. Well, guess what? His roots is the same that you see on this earth. So he's got way more roots. He got 6 foot underground as well. You know what I'm saying? So do you have any depth as a man? So love says, woman, do you see me? And if you see me as a woman, you want to rock with me? I think to myself, I'm gonna ride with that one. I'm gonna see how long she wanna vibe with me. Now, cause I'm going in a direction. I don't care where you going, woman. If you wanna go this way, cool, no problem. See you later. But I'm not marrying you.
And again, the word is love. If,
Yeah, that's
if
right.
the thing is gonna last, if the situation is gonna last, if the relationship is going to last, then it has to be some true love, some real love. I mentioned earlier, I don't think I've ever truly been in love.
Oh,
Never
wow.
was a thing for me. I didn't care about that.
For
real?
It's transient. It's not permanent. It can pass. I can be in love with, infatuated with, whatever you want to call it, with today. It
Man,
could be physical, could be anything.
Patrick, you
but
need
that
to-
might be gone in 6 months, 3 months. We
Bruh.
put back in the day, 2 months.
Stop
And both
No.
parties have to be gone.
Stop
If
it.
both parties
But ain't
have
love.
right.
It ain't
Stop
gonna
it,
last.
Patrick. Come on, bro. You way too intellectual. At some point in time, you gotta open yourself up to the fact that there's somebody that's meant for me. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying. I was
And
just
you
getting back
should
to love.
allow yourself
If it's
to-
love, it'll last. You know, I'm just reflecting on the lifespan.
Well, you just ain't found her then.
The lifespan of the situation.
But-
But
it gotta be,
I have or I have not. I'm just reflecting on it objectively. If it's love, then it's gonna last.
But I don't believe that though.
Mhm.
I don't believe that.
What do you believe?
Because love, I don't believe if it's love, it's gonna last. Because we can love each other today. We can have an argument tomorrow. We can fight next week. We can do this. We can
Let me reframe it.
love ain't gonna keep us
It
together.
can't last without love. Let me put it like that.
Well,
That make a difference.
Love is like a part of it.
Right.
But if we ain't in this together,
Right.
And that's
It gotta be-
undisputed part.
so-
That's
so
the
understand
undisputed
it got to be deeper than love. You know what I mean? Because I could love you.
wait. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Kev, go ahead and talk.
I just want to say, I feel like love is different now. And I feel like women, they love a man under the conditions on what he can do. It's not, the love ain't real and genuine.
I don't think that's
man.
love
So
at
what
all.
constitutes-
Yeah.
Got deeper than love.
That's a
Yeah,
lot.
gotta
That's a
be-
whole
yeah.
lot. That's a whole lot of like. I don't think that's love.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
love then.
That's a whole lot of like.
That ain't love.
That's a whole
Yeah.
lot of like. No, that's
Yeah.
a whole lot of like. I
Not
like you
loving-
because you can
not
pay
loving
bills.
what you
I like you
do.
because you
Yeah.
can do it. You know, they're taking advantage of the cores, or they're these days, in my opinion, there's a lot of it. I see it. They're parting and parcel men and out right now. Like they're cutting the parts out that they like and cutting the parts out and just saying, hey man, go run this check up for me. Da da da
I
da.
agree
You know what I'm
with you.
saying?
I
So,
agree
oh,
with
wow, you got the big thing. Da da da. Let me jump on that right quick. No, that's not love, dude. Nah, not
No,
at
we
all.
go
I'm talking about
broke.
the woman that's actually sitting there in the background, going like, I kind of I kind of like it. He's handsome. That right there, that's observing you from a distance, and you pass your eyes by, you looking like, oh, she kind of creepy. But then you looking at the one over there with this all sparkled out. That's what you run into. You run into this all sparkled out chick, but the chick over here that's got a little bit of lipstick on, a little bit of that, she's just looking at you. That's the one you need
That's
to pay
the one.
attention to.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get the love. Like
That's one's gonna love you for
bring
real.
my who sang that way back in the day? Love takes time. Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Love takes time. So it's not something you can bake up, you can fabricate, you can microwave. You know what I'm saying? So it takes time. It takes going through things, trial, error, tribulations, all of these things. So you got to go through someone to get to a point of love, and it surpasses money, finances, security, all that.
Yeah. When you broke, she still love you. Like you do
gotta
say,
love
when I'm in
She
jail,
love
she
you.
loved me.
Yeah, that's real.
I bartend, right?
Yeah.
I bartend at the Juicy Crab on Wild Milk.
Oh, that's out.
I be seeing females or whatever, and boom, this one girl snapped on me because she brought a friend, but her friend was a little pretty, but she just a regular. I'm like waving her friend down with the
Check.
with the menu.
Okay.
She's like, I'm hot. She's like, I like it hot, but her friend was just like rolling her eyes and stuff. She snapped on me. She said, "Why you never fed me?" I'm like, "What?" But she said, every time I come up here, like you said, I observe you, I look at you, and boom, 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 do all that. And I'm listening to her. I'm like, but I never. She's like, am I ugly? Tell the truth. But I told her, I was like, no, I'm not. I mean, she wasn't just ugly, but you ain't my type. But I'm only talking to your friend like that is because you never told me that. But then I put myself in her shoes. I was like, what if I like the girl and I never told her about her and I broke my friend and she did that. So I went to her, gave her my number or whatever. But I do want that observing. She just wasn't the right look I want.
Man, there's a lot of people that look through the looking glass, and whatnot. And so people look through the looking glass, but guess what? Everybody that gazes at the stars can't get to them. You see what I'm saying? I'm not talking about like superstars. I'm talking actually the stars. We sitting here on Earth looking at bright lights that's probably gone by the time you get there. Look at the things that you have right here, right now. The ones that's looking at you right now. Yes, you're gonna be able to find. I mean, yeah. Would you like a Beyonce? I mean, when you start looking at the finest of women out here, I already go and settle yourself with this whole fact. You ain't gonna get that. Okay.
Realistic when we get to that level point and we try to get into the relationship, relationship is not gonna be with Beyonce. What do women need to know about the relationship once you get into the relationship with them? When you get past the searching and looking and all of that, and you get into the relationship, what does the woman need to know about that?
Oh, well, I mean, for me, when we say we in it for the long haul, we as young men, I mean, at least from my age, I'm 45, going on 46, we were always trained as men to look 5, 10, 20 years, 30 years down the road, always have a plan. Man, you gonna die tomorrow, man. Go ahead and, protect yourself, X, Y, Z. So relationship wise, know that I'm always looking out, period. If I tell you let's go, don't ask no questions. We out, because we in a relationship together. Anywhere we go, we there together. Period. Don't sit up there and go like, what? Why, honey? Let's go. Relationship, I'm with you and you with me. I see something that you don't see. I assure you, you see something I don't see. Because I ain't paying attention to every girl that's looking at me. You're like, do you see how that girl looked at me? Well, I ended up saying, pistol over there. That's what I see. I'm sure you got to bleep that out. But, pistol over there, the pum pum. I see his pum pum. He just got it tucked up. I think it's time to go. Come back. And I'm not going to ask you. I'm not going to tell you. Relationships are absolutely 100% linear. And if we're going on one track, we're going there together. So relationship wise, if I'm rocking this direction, you're rocking that direction. That's it, really. I mean, let's explore this world. But as long as you're with me, I'm with you. You say something, baby, slow down. I'm going to slow down, But at the same time, I think that sometimes you actually got to pay attention to your partner, because your partner is with you saying, nah, I don't feel comfortable. Let's go, just listen to him. So I'm in my relationship, as I speak, also I listen, That's really it. Relationship, the biggest thing is communication. Yeah, for me. And communication, not always talk, sometimes body language. That's it.
What does she need to know to maintain a relationship?
She need, it's a lot. Sure, I got you. Okay, for one, I'm gonna say when you start something, you gotta keep up with it. Meaning, like, mm, it could be phone calls, uh, dates, I don't know, just little simple stuff. And I feel like now with the dating, I don't know, you don't get that no more. Like, it get boring, in other words, what I'm saying. You know, you start doing all this extra stuff because you like this person and, to keep things going and to keep that spark. But after so long, you're not doing that no more, And I feel like that's when, I don't know, you start to lose, I'm not going to say really lose interest, but yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, you get uncomfortable. Yeah, so um,
Basically, keep that same energy.
yeah, basically,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's dope.
yeah,
It's inevitable though that you're gonna, things become routine, in any relationship, and I guess I'll jump in. Um, you know, I learned I was dating this Cameroonian doctor several years ago, and I learned a lot about her. What she like, I mean, about relationships. What she likened it to was, and I really could relate to it, like a bar stool. So think about it. You're a bartender, a bar stool. You got the seat, you got the three legs, right? So at the seat, and it's a linear situation, like you said. At the seat is God. You've alluded to it a lot, or some understanding of a higher power, or spirituality, a spiritual being. You got to have something intangible that's greater than all of us that ties that together. However you want to refer to it, the universe, whatever it is, it's got to come. That thing, that oomph you spoke about, it's got to be there. So God is that stool that you sit on. Okay, the three legs, sex, we've talked about, communication, you just alluded to, and the third one, finances, which we've talked about. And the way she put it was, if two of those legs are strong, and with relationships being linear. So when you start out at the beginning, of course, the sex, you want it to be pow, pow, whatever. But if two of those legs are strong, you can still support that stool as long as God is there. If you take the seat away, ain't nothing there. If God ain't there, you ain't sitting on nothing. So you put that seat there, two of those legs are strong, you can sustain if that other one. One of those legs, let's face it, is going to decline in time. Okay? There's a whole industry built on that. Sex is going to decline with time, with age, for us quicker than for them. Let's say that. Okay? But if I got you, they are. But overall, and in general, it is. Communication has to be strong, and finance. So if finances are weak and your communication is strong and you communicating that well, and this, that, and the third, and the sex is good, boom. If the sex starts to decline, but the communication and finances are good, boom. If two of those legs are weak, you probably out of there. And that relationship probably is not going to sustain itself.
I think this investment, right? So when we're talking about love and relationships, it's investment. Sex is like an investment, like dollars in a bank account, so to speak. As much sex as you have, for real, it's like an investment on both sides, right? And that relationship is equal. So as you build, it's one bank, right? That's why it's linear. So as the life goes on, like to 90 and to 80, of course, 70 and 60, because we're going back in time, like when it became less and less, even when it's less at 50 or less at 40, you just know that you invested so much at 30, you invested so much at 20, that you just will never leave that person. You will never leave that person abandoned or hurt or anything like that. And people go, oh no. And that's because society has told you to do that. So I'm saying, when we go back to the question, as a black man or as a man, what did I observe? I've observed that society has told you to do these things, not you. You really didn't learn these things from your relationship with her, and she didn't learn this relationship with you. You've actually had great relationships, but all you did is walk away from the purest point that you've ever found in your life. Most people say, I'm still with my baby mom. Why? I'm still around my baby mom. Why? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about like sexually involved. Because it was something that y'all bank accounts was, it was a connection, electricity.
The number one breakups cost is what? Financial and cheating.
Sure.
Finance.
Sure. I mean, everybody's stressed out about money, but that's, I think relationship wise would be the interest of either party, by the way.
But let's go to you as far as what do you think is going to sustain the relationship?
All right, as far as me and staying in a relationship, like I said, with the finance part or whatever, but like everybody said up here, it's the loyaltiness. Like once we together, we in this relationship, it's damn near like Bunny and Clyde, and Slam. Bro, like if I have to go to you,
Right.
that's you kind of over my mom on this one, and the love mom dudes.
Okay.
But like if I had to choose you over my mom, you gonna have to be me all the way. Like if you not giving me that, I'm not gonna pick my mom over you. But if you gonna give me that energy, I might gonna have to take you over my mom.
That's Bible that you're talking about, right?
Yeah, I gotta take you over my mom. I expect you to do that for me to your dad.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I disrespect you, that of course, like I'm my dad. Same thing for you. Don't disrespect my mom. I'm just saying, if they in the wrong, I'ma let them know they in the wrong, right in their face, right in front of your face. And I expect you to get the same energy. Once we got that locked in, you wife. You wife.
Right. You gotta have somebody.
You wife.
Puzzle piece.
At the end of the day, you my wife.
You gotta.
I can't get that from you. I can't even trust you all the way. So why should I have?
I can depend on myself and stand on my own too. So if we get together and all you gonna bring is weight, you know what I mean? So you gotta be able to stand on your own too. I stand on my own too, and we get together and I can depend upon you. Now it makes both our loads lighter. You know.
David?
Oh, with me, it's simple as just God. You know, just follow God, and then follow God, follow me, because the principles: God, man, woman, children. So as long as you follow me, well, you wouldn't be in a relationship, you wouldn't be married to me if you didn't believe in me. So since you believe in me, and since I'm your husband, that means that you trust me to follow my lead. So just follow my lead and just trust in me, and just trust that God is telling me to guide us into the right direction. So other than that, just
That's dope, right? You know,
just sit down and enjoy the ride.
it's dope what you just said. Follow me as a husband. Like this time and day and era, you really didn't even want to mention like, "Hey, I'm the husband. Follow me," right? So even the whole time, like I'm a god. It's frivolous war to fight against. Who's first and who's next and who you should follow, who should. But like I said, I mean, I said it, but I said it in a way. We ready to ride, right? Trust me. Shut up. Let's go. Trust me. But yeah, but as a husband wise, I mean, you really do dispel, like kind of shrivel up and back away in that relationship. But that's a good point.
No situation where you said what you said, and all this happening, gotta get out here and go.
Yeah.
It's like if I make a move, it's because I made a move in a certain way. It's not whether I was scary or not.
Oh, nah.
Because I'm smart. But I'm like, if I see something that you don't see, you gotta listen to me. You don't. Now it's let you. Now I snap on you.
You're gonna be mad at me if I leave you in the shade. I'm like, oh, I seen the gun. Then why'd y'all get me out of here? I'm like,
Listen to me.
well, I thought we was chilling. Didn't want a trip. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
If I fuck up, don't that shit make me no better. Yeah. But listen to me though.
If you take both those principles, if you take the biological principle, I mean the biblical principle, and then apply it biologically, right? Put some science to that. Okay, biblically, we're the spine and she's the rib, right? So you can't have, if you think about that biologically, that cages your lungs. Lungs and breath is that's where life is, right? We can't live without breathing. That relationship, that marriage, that whatever it is, that entity cannot live without breathing. So if you're the spine, you got to have the ribs to encase it, to keep those lungs in there. You can't have one without the other.
I agree with that whole statement that you just made, but I can tell you one thing. What the word says is that he took one rib out of us. So if you think about a rib, if you break a rib, it's bone, it's marrow. Marrow is a source of like really blood cleansing and everything. So that's just deep, right? But if you just take a rib out of me, I'm a 6 foot man, regardless of what nobody say. pull the rib out of me, that's a little tiny bone. So I got me a little tiny wife sitting about this tall. No. God put something else with it. So I don't think that. I'm just talking about in the abstract thought of art of thinking. You know, she's this small. God put something else with her. Right? When He said, "Whoa, woman, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh," which means that also the bone that comes out, that grows, also the flesh comes off of and covers the bone. Also, in flesh is there, right? So it's source blood, everything sourced from actual bone. You take bone, that marrow, when you lose marrow or you need marrow replacement, that's a tough thing to come find about. But bone, you lose a little blood, somebody can give you a transfusion. But bone, they actually need to.
But think of it like this.
My point is, I'm sorry. Let me finish what I'm saying. My whole point is that little bitty rib, God put something else with it, man. I don't think it's a fleshly thing.
One rib represents a rib cage. You see what I'm saying? So without the rib cage, you cannot encase the lungs and you cannot breathe. So if you take that, because that's what it is biblically, it's attached to the spine. It takes both of it. And your lungs is within your rib cage, so it does protect that. So you gotta have that. If you didn't have it, it would not. It would fall out. It wouldn't be there. Yes, no, it's not theory. It's real. If you don't have ribs, you can't keep your lungs can't go.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, they can't. So without that woman, man, this relationship can't go.
So I'm just gonna go down the line, and within 30 seconds, I need each man to wrap up their thoughts on what a woman needs to know about a man. We're gonna start with Rock and work our way down. 30 seconds now.
What a woman need to know about a man is trust the right guy, you'll get the right guy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna just say, know how to be a man's peace. Know how to comfort a man. Be there for your man, and yeah.
She just has to be patient and allow us to get to a point of love and emotional state that she will probably get to prior to us in the relationship.
And we are not all the same. Give men, black man, white man, give men a chance. We're not all the same. All of us are not bums. All of us actually, there are some of us that work, that do things, want a family, want a marriage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stop putting us in a box.
Yeah.
Since they were so quick, I might spend a little bit more time. I'm just being funny. That's my time. I'm gonna get my time back, like the Congress people say. No, let woman remember this one thing. We were made in His image. We didn't ask to be. We were. You know, it's His image. It's His likeness. Don't hold us charged to what the enemy and the devil in your mind says, because we fight the devil all the time in our minds and our lives and everything. We don't need to fight y'all. We want to love y'all. We want to cruise with y'all. We want to hang with y'all. We want to kick it with y'all. We want people hanging out the window like, wow, it's one of the best half times or part times of my life or past times of my life or current times of my life, for real. Is just enjoying woman being her womanly self, right? So it's the same thing that God is probably doing up there. He's probably just loving us, watching. Obviously, we're still here, so He obviously likes what we're doing. Some of us, you know what I'm saying? So just remember that, like, we are made in His image after His likeness, and just remember that right there. To please God is to actually please man. So please God first, and you automatically gonna please your man.
All right, thank you. That was a good minute. Thank you guys for coming on Linguistic Lips and giving your opinions about what you feel about love and relationships. We really appreciate it. Next episode, we're going to do the panel with men and women. See you guys next time.